So it's another one of those great, beautiful videos where you don't see my face because it's not really that important. But we're going to take a look at the Minnesota Vikings 2020 starting offensive line headed into the season. And yeah, so Riley Reiff takes a pay cut, remains at left tackle. Dakota Dozier, Rick Dennison's favorite guy, the veteran, ends up starting at left guard. Garrett Bradbury, second-year pivot man, former number 18 overall pick in 2019, back at center. Pat Elflein, the 2017 third-round pick, was at center for 2 years, then at left guard last year, and now right guard, hopefully one time. Hopefully it'll work out at right guard, as well as all-world Brian O'Neill at the right tackle spot. Woo! And now, with no offseason, no real investment in the interior offensive line, either in free agency or the draft. Also, you cut Josh Klein, who was your most competent guard last year. This is what you get. You get what you get, and you don't complain. And yes, I do trust Rick Dennison. Yes, I do trust Gary Kubiak. Both those jabronis have forgotten more football in their pinky finger than I'll ever know in 17 lifetimes. But also, yeah, you know, like they did say that they wanted the starting offensive line solidified early in training camp, at least by the third padded practice. And this is basically what they did. So this has basically been the ones mixing in a little bit of Dakota Dozier at left guard, but Aviante Collins at left guard, but Dozier won out at the left guard spot, as well as the Riley Reiff bluff worked. So they got him to take a pay cut. I don't think there was ever really a threat of moving Brian O'Neill to left tackle and then inserting Rashad Hill at right tackle. I think that was pretty farcical. I think that Riley Reiff, to a degree, called the Vikings bluff, even though he did take the pay cut. But I just don't see that happening. I didn't see the Vikings going off half-cocked like that a week before the start of the season. Nah. So running through the Viking starters left to right. So you got Riley Reiff, former 2012 first-round pick out of Iowa, formerly of the Lions, recently of the Vikings, now in the fourth year of his 5-year contract. You know, lower number. It's great. Last season, 32 pressures allowed, 6 sacks, 9 penalties, as well as a 69.5 overall PFF grade. Now, there's an interesting dichotomy with Riley Reiff in that he is average, but he's not average in that he's always average. He is either really good against bad competition or he's just really, really bad against good competition. So half of his sacks, half of his pressures allowed last year were in 4 games. Both Green Bay, the Chicago game week 4, as well as the divisional round Niners game where Nick Bosa basically just ate his lunch. He's like, I will drink your milkshake. But he remains at left tackle. And overall, it's fine. I'm certainly okay with the pay cut. You know, Reef is, on a given day, a top 15-ish complete prime meridian in terms of left tackle play, so it is what it is. Left guard, so Dakota Dozier, who came in as a mid-round draft pick by the Jets a number of years ago. Spent a year with Rick Dennison when he was the OC/run game coordinator there. Came over with Dennison last season as the Kubiak contingent took over the Vikings offense. Did end up starting 4 games last season, 1 for Elflein, 3 for Josh Klein. Put up a 51.5 PFF grade, 7 pressures, 3 sacks, and 2 penalties allowed. So he didn't play great in his overall sample size, but he does have the trust of the coaching staff. He does know the scheme. And, you know, you do like his veteran versatility, can play both guard spots, as well as took significant snaps week 17, the exhibition game last year against the Bears at center. So for me, Dozier, I'd much prefer for him to be the swing interior backup offensive lineman, but starting him. At center, Garrett Bradbury, who first-round pick, was going to be the savior of the Vikings interior offensive line, did not have a great start to 2019, but really got things together later on in the year. As we pointed out numerous times, week 5 on, minus the week 16 meltdown where no one on the offensive line played good. He only allowed 12 pressures and 0 sacks in those 13 games, as well as he was the 12th highest graded PFF center over that time. So year 2 in the scheme, added some strength, a little bit more confidence in the line calls. You already saw his greatness in terms of being the Grim Reacher. So a lot of faith in the former NC State Wolfpack in year 2. Pat Elflein. So final year of his rookie deal. 2 his first season at center was actually not bad. Year 2 was terrible because he had been working back from ankle and shoulder injuries. Last year, left guard was a disaster. 38 pressures, 8 sacks allowed, and 8 penalties, as well as he missed a game. So that probably would have been more. But the move to right guard, I'm hoping it will work out. That's where he's had the most experience in terms of playing the guard spots. If you factor in both college and professional, he was a first-team All-American at right guard 2015. So it'll work out because it better work out because there are no more positions to move him to. Like, you're not going to play him at tackle. I suppose you could play him at nose tackle. See if that works. Of course, right tackle Brian O'Neill, all world, all everything. Only allowed 19 pressures last season in the regular season, which is less than all pros Ryan Ramczyk and Mitchell Schwartz. Perhaps you've heard of them. Added some good weight, still has that mobility. I believe in Brian O'Neill long term. I think this year he's going to step up, become a Pro Bowler and the All Pro just in time for us to pay him, which is just great too. So that's the offensive line. Reef, Dozier, Bradbury, Elflein, O'Neill. That is, until this channel blows up, I buy the team. I take over as owner / GM / head coach / offensive lineman / team chef. And then Ezra Cleveland, left tackle. Riley Reiff kicking into left guard because now he's paid like a guard. Garrett Bradbury, as well as Oli Simaka Udo kicking inside, just destroying worlds at right guard. And then, of course, Brian O'Neill. Sexy time. Kyle Hinton in as the 6th offensive lineman and or fullback in goal line situation. Let's go.